name's Jack. How's everybody doing tonight?
Yeah.
Everybody good? Good? All right, good. Gonna take my cheat sheet out here. I'm middle-aged, smoke a lot of pot. So I'm gonna try not to use it, but it's there, you know, just as a little pacifier. So I live in LA. Like most of us, I wasn't born here. I kind of wish I was, but I wasn't. This all began about 40-some years ago in the lovely state of Pennsylvania. So, anybody here from Pennsylvania?
No.
Oh, okay. Thought I smelled cow shit. Anyhow, I'm not a big fan of Pennsylvania, as you can tell. I got out of there as soon as I graduated college. I had to get out, but it's kind of backwards. It's one of those old states. It was like one of the first 13 colonies or provinces or counties or parishes. I don't know, I was educated there too. But anyhow, I had to get the hell out of Pennsylvania. One of the biggest things that I have a problem with about Pennsylvania is you cannot buy beer, wine, or liquor in the grocery store. You know, you want to get your drunk on 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock at night here, you go to Ralph's, you go to Vaughn's, you can go to Albertsons, you can get yourself a hookup. In Pennsylvania, you can't. You got to buy it at like a state-run liquor store. Okay, that closes at like 8 o'clock, so you got to get all your shit before 8 o'clock, you know, and the ironic thing about it is when you live in Pennsylvania, there's nothing else to do but drink. So you think that they would do something with the laws there and kind of make it a little easier for the people that have to live there. You know, I came from a small town, which was even a bigger bonus. Not only was I from Pennsylvania, but I grew up in a little 3 red light, you know, volunteer fire department, hospitals only open 9 to 5 kind of shit town. And yeah, that was interesting. There was no culture whatsoever there, unless you consider witch burning a culture, which I did. You know, it's starting to get warm thoughts now, thinking about when Mom and Dad would pack us up in the car. Come on, Jack, it's time to go burn some witches. I'd run to the car and get all excited, and the car would barely roll to the stop when we'd get there, and I'd be running, and I'd throw the wood on the fire, and I'm like, burn them, burn them! I'd be dancing around. Damn witches. Oh, God, they're awful. They're awful. But, you know, I did, like I said, I got a little cheat sheet here. No, I had to get out of there, and the town I grew up in lacked not only culture, but to say that it lacked ethnic diversity would be an understatement, like a major understatement. I mean, this town was so fucking white it should be in Arizona. That's how rough it is. And you know, the ethnic issue was bad. Our ethnics were the Catholics, so it gives you an idea. It gives you the kind of idea of the pain I grew up with. But anyhow, that's not exactly true. We did have one little black girl, or colored as they were known back then. Little black girl that lived right down the street from us in my neighborhood. There was no segregation shit going on in my little town. We didn't do that. The white people that adopted her could live anywhere they wanted in that town. It wasn't a problem. Anyhow, her name was Andrea, and actually we were kind of tight because she was like this fast-ass little urban girl that was like with her all-white family in this all-white town, and she knew that she was destined for bigger and better things. And I was this little nervous white boy that I was like, there's got to be better things out there. So we kind of hung, we kind of ran the streets, you know. And she was a really cool chick, but Andrea was kind of naughty too, naughty girl. She was one of those girls, and maybe you all had a friend like this when you were kids, or maybe you were one of those people, but she was one of those kids that like, she'd see a car coming up the street, and so she'd hide behind a tree. And then when the car got close, she'd be like, ah! You know, and it was like, and then we'd laugh and we'd go running. And I'd get up to the top of the hill and be like, Andrea, that shit's funny, but you know what? You gotta stop doing this. You're gonna get us in trouble. They know who you are. You're the only colored girl for 40 miles. Come on. You know? So, it was good times. I'm gonna tell you one more thing about Andrea. She was a hand to God, true story. Andrea was the first girl that I played doctor with. Oh yeah. It was a warm summer day, I remember it. And we went up in the woods behind my parents' house. And I pulled my pants down, and then Andrea pulls her pants down. And I take my thing, and I touch it on her thing. And I don't really remember the rest of the details. I do remember though, like later that day, when I was like telling all the older kids in the neighborhood about it, like, you know, that I had scored, they're like, man, that's how you make babies. I was like, what? I didn't know that. I was like, oh shit. I remember going home, couldn't eat, my stomach hurt, I didn't even have dinner, I just went to my room and I paced. And I was like, what the fuck am I gonna do? I'm too young to be a father. I can't raise a kid. I'm gonna have to drop out of 2nd grade and get a paper route. What am my parents going to think? I mean, is this town even ready for the love that should not speak its name? The love between little Jack and little Andrea, a little white boy, little black girl, two lost souls in a small shitty town in northern Pennsylvania? Not to even mention that I think they'd have a really hard time accepting our interracial love child. So, turns out the pregnancy didn't take, though. I dodged that bullet. It was probably because I was unable at 7 to produce sperm, but anyhow. So, I dodged a bullet with that one, and we kind of parted our ways, and yeah, we just kind of grew apart, and then all I really have left is this story, and to stand here in front of you people, my friends, I feel, and wear my shame, and mourn the loss of what would be my probably close to middle-aged mulatto child that never happened. So, you know, things are rough. But I knew then that I had to get out of Pennsylvania as soon as I could, and besides, there's not enough room in Pennsylvania for a rebel like me, and for who they have now, Mr. Ben Roethlisberger. I think you all know who Big Ben Roethlisberger is, right? He's a quarterback for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Go Steelers! He's a nice guy, Ben. He's a sweet guy. He loves the ladies. Ooh, he loves the ladies, yeah. I had an opportunity to meet him last year, for real. I met him. He's a nice guy. Talked a little bit about sports, you know, about the upcoming Steelers season. You know, talked a little shop. And he posed for a picture with me, you know, and he grabbed my ass a couple times, but he had a Super Bowl ring on, so I was like, all right, I can handle that. I'll take that. You know, so. In fact, I brought Ben here tonight. We became good friends, and he called me today. He's like, so Jack, what are you doing? I said, well, I'm going to actually do a show at the Comedy Store tonight. He's like, awesome, I'm going to go there for moral support to, you know, back you up. I was like, awesome, man, you're a good friend. You're a good friend, I really appreciate that. Ben likes any place that has a drink minimum, trust me, so gets the girls all loose and ready, you know. So anyhow, he's here, he's in the ladies' room. So any of you gals, especially you drunk ones, you want to pop your head in and say hi, just tell them Jack sent you. So anyhow, well that's my time, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for coming out.